Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's Boxing Day. I'm being really productive pre-leg session in the gym, trying to get this video filmed for you guys so that you can all kick off 2020 in the healthy fashion that everyone does and hopefully carry it on through for the rest of the year. Today's video is about goal setting. I want to talk about long-term goals and how to get to those long-term goals. I actually came up with this idea because I set goals at the beginning of 2019 in three different categories, about 5 goals per category, which was like business, personal development, and health and fitness. And I only actually achieved 1 out of the 15 goals, like completely achieved the goal. The rest of them were sort of half done, I would say. So I reflected and thought, what did I do wrong here? Because I set goals and I didn't actually get there. So basically, I'm hopefully going to run you through how to set your goals properly, how to structure it a little bit better so that you actually achieve them across the whole year. So let's get started. Okay, so I've actually created this little diagram here because I think this is the best way for us to actually, you guys visually see what I'm talking about and how I go about making my little plan for the year. So let's have a look first of all at your long-term goal. So we want this here to be 6 months or more. So this is something that is probably seems a little bit far away for you to achieve at the moment, but is something that you really want to work towards. So that's basically your end goal, where you want to be. So let's just make this really easy because most of my clients will come in here with a weight loss goal, and I feel like this is something that most of people that are watching this will understand. So your first goal is going to be weight loss. I am like super old school and write everything in capital letters, so please ignore that. So that's your long-term goal, is your weight loss. Now, when we talk about writing up our goals, we want them to be in this format here, which is what we call a SMART goal. So we've got SMART, SMART, they all stand for something that's an acronym? I think that's an acronym. Anywho, so basically we want to turn this goal here into something that's SMART. So it needs to be a little bit specific to what you actually want. And we need to think about like how, why, when, where, all of those type of aspects of the process that you're going to get there. And it's going to be measurable. So how do you know you've actually achieved the goal if there is no real measure to it? So for example, weight loss. What if you lost like 1 kilo? Are you going to be happy with that? 10 kilos, are you going to be happy with that? Like, how do you actually know you've made or achieved this goal if there has no measurable component to it? Achievable. This is the third component. So is this goal actually going to be something that's like, are you going to get there? Like, hey, I want to lose like 50 kilos in a month is not achievable well, it is actually if you do it completely the wrong way and you're very overweight. However, it needs to be like achievable. Like, don't set yourself up for failure by setting your goals wrong to begin with. So is the goal achievable? Is it relevant to what you actually want? So think about whether or not, like, is it something that you want? Is it something that other people are doing and maybe you feel like you need to do it too? Is it something that's really related to whatever it is that you might be after long term? So if you want to like run a marathon and you're not very good at the running right now, weight loss probably isn't your main goal, and it's probably something a bit more fitness related rather than the weight loss goal. So think about whether or not you're setting the right goal for what you ultimately want. People surprisingly get a little bit confused about this. Timely, we need to have a time, like an end point, like when is this goal ending? When do we reassess, revalue, and remeasure this part here and figure out whether we've actually achieved that goal or not? So here, let's say 6 months or more. So you're going to pick 6 months from today. Let's do that. So we're going to turn this weight loss goal into something that's more SMART. So let's do that. So weight loss becomes, let's say we're going to lose 6 kilograms of, well, we want to lose body fat ideally, but let's say 6 kilograms of fat by going to the gym and eating well by, let's say, June 1st, 2020. 2020. So as you can see here, we've changed weight loss. I'm actually looking at this camera, and it's really hard to, point to things. I don't know why, but I keep pointing to the wrong thing, so sorry about that. So weight loss is your, okay, weight loss is your goal, and now we've turned it into the SMART goal. So you're gonna lose 6 kilograms. That's your measurable here. So we've got a measurable goal. By going to the gym and eating well, that's your specific. By June the 1st, 2020, so there's your timely factor brought into it. Is this achievable? So that roughly works out to be here. That roughly works out to be 1 kilogram per month. I wrote that in short term and forgot the O. Whoops. So yes, that is definitely achievable. That is a healthy amount of weight loss. That is actually quite low. If you are looking for something a little bit more specific in what is healthy, 1 kilogram a week is actually not too bad. So you could even do 6 kilograms in 6 weeks, realistically. That's still a really realistic goal. If you are obviously going to the gym and eating well across that 6-week period. Is this relevant? Let's just say yes, because most people want to lose weight. The person is overweight, let's just figuratively, overweight person needs to lose 6 kilograms in order to increase or improve their health and feel a bit better. So here's your long-term goal moved into a specific or a SMART goal. So now we go over to this left-hand side of the page, and we've got monthly goals and daily and weekly goals. So this is what we're gonna do more regularly. That's gonna help us get to here. So if you just set this goal and in 6 months remeasured, I guarantee you're gonna fall off the bandwagon and either forget what your goal even is, or you're gonna find it really, really difficult to kind of keep track of where you're at. And when you get to that 1st of June, you're going to think, oh, I really didn't do anything. I thought I had heaps of time. I actually didn't, and it didn't really actually work. And you're going to end up like me at the end of 2020 with no actually achieved goals because you didn't plan this very well. So the monthly goal here, this is what we've got here, 1 kilogram a month. So now we've got this 1 kilogram loss per month. Okay, so that might be what you're going to do on a monthly basis. You want to reassess every month. Have I achieved this 1 kilo? So by the end of June, say you get to the end of May, you've only got 1 more kilo to lose, and you're like, yep, totally can do that. That's really, really achievable. So yes, that's what else you're going to do. Now, what else could you do to get to this goal? Going to the gym and eating well is actually something that's probably going to, that's the how you're going to get there. So our monthly goal might be something along the lines of, let's say, eating well. Let's look at eating well. You might decide, okay, I'm going to find, say, 3 new recipes, say for dinner. Dinner? Is that even how you spell dinner? I don't think there's 2 N's. That's embarrassing. Whatever. It's so awkward. 3 new recipes for dinner each month. That's a monthly goal. So this could be 2 easy monthly goals that you're going to try and track between now and June 2020. So now we're going to go to daily and weekly goals. So let's go to weekly first, because this is something that's probably a little bit more realistic for most people. So weekly. So in order to get to this 1 kilogram per month of weight loss, we are going to attend the gym 3 times per week. Every week. And maybe you might even work to increase that over the 6 months. That's okay. But let's start with 3 times per week, every week. That's your weekly goal. You're going to say, prep, let's say Monday through Friday, lunches and dinners. Let's go dinner. I really can't work out whether dinners has a double N in it. This is so awkward. I'm actually not bad at spelling. I don't know why. I think it's 1. Is it 1? Oh, whatever. Who cares? Point of the story is you're going to prep your meals, okay? Prep Monday to Friday lunches and dinners, and you might even allow yourself 1 day bought lunch, say if you're at work, or takeaway dinner, whatever. You get the general idea. That's what you're gonna do here. So 3 times every week, prepping your meals here. So then you're gonna work backwards. Okay, so what do we need to do here? So with this one here, it's a really good idea for you to plan like what days you're actually gonna go. So you might say Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and it's gonna be at 6 p.m. because that way you're keeping yourself accountable by going, this is it. You don't wanna get to Thursday and be like, or Friday and think, oh God, I actually haven't been to the gym this week. So now I need to go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or even that might not even be your 3 days. If you're starting as your Sundays, your day one, you might actually then think, oh, I didn't actually get to go my 3 days. So you wanna go Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at 6 p.m, plan it in, put it in your diary from the beginning. Daily goals. This might be something like increasing your step count on a daily basis. So daily steps might be 10,000 steps per day. Yeah, that could be like your daily goals. It could be something like, okay, I'm gonna aim to get 6+ hours sleep per night. Something like that. And it could also be like 1 to 2 liters of water per day. I'm really bad at this whole water drinking, so that's why I wrote 1, because that's sometimes hard for me. So 1 to 2 liters of water per day. And you're going to follow food prep. So that could be, I'm gonna make sure that I eat my lunch and eat my dinner that I actually prepared every day, Monday to Friday, and then cook them as I please, Saturday, Sunday, go out for lunch, whatever. So you can see across the long term here, you've got long-term goals into a SMART goal, which these ones are all little SMART goals too when you think about it, but mostly this one here is important. How do we get there? We break it down into monthly or daily and weekly goals, whichever one works best for you. I try and set up a monthly goal at the beginning of the month and say, okay, what do I want to achieve this month? This could be also in all aspects of your life. It doesn't just have to be fitness related. So you want to have your monthly goal here, and then how are you going to get to those monthly goals with your weekly and your daily goals, or what you're going to do. So this could be almost like tasks that you have to do. For anybody that's really, really interested, I'm going to talk about this here, turning this or your daily. So this is daily, remember, is your power list. I learned this off if anyone's really, really interested in a podcast, I learned this off the podcast called the MFCEO project. It's Andy Frisella. He is a great motivational speaker, really good business guy, bit of entrepreneur, whatever, you know what I mean. And he talks about this power list. So this is your 5 tasks for your day that will get you closer to your long-term goals. So what do you need to do on a daily basis that if you do this over a whole week, your weekly goal will be achieved? And if you do this every week, your monthly goals will be achieved. So basically he talks about winning the day. So if you win the day and you tick off every single task on your power list, then you've won the day. If you win 5 to 7 days or 7 days in a row, then you win the week. If you win every single week, then you win the month. And if you win every single month for the 6 months, you win and you get to your long-term goal. So this power list is what he talks about, this being like the most important part of his day. And every single day he writes up a power list, which is for those 5 tasks, which is only 4 on here, but 5 tasks that you need to complete that are going to get you one day ahead closer towards your long-term goal. And then if he writes that every single day, eventually this long-term goal is not actually going to seem that unrealistic to achieve. Like right now, this is probably like, oh God, that's so hard. It's like 6 months, I've got to lose weight, I've got to go to the gym, I've got to eat well. However, if you do this in one day and then keep doing it for the whole week, you're gonna get this week's goal now becomes easy, and this becomes really easy because it's all just flowing on from this little tiny power list. So my challenge to you is see if you can implement this power list in your day, and write up, say, your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tasks for the day that will get you towards here. So anything that you personally think in your life is going to help you get to this long-term goal. So if you are interested in that podcast, MFCEO podcast, it's called Win the Day. I think it's like 107, episode 107 or 102 or something along those lines, but definitely go check out that podcast because that's actually something that really helped me achieve my one goal. But most of my other stuff, I got a bit out of the power list thing for a while, so that actually got quite difficult. But to achieve that long-term goal. So you can see how at the very beginning of the year I was doing really, really well, and then as I sort of lost a bit of traction and momentum, I actually hadn't really set up the monthly things properly for myself. I did really well in the long term and the daily stuff was going really well, but I didn't break it down enough across the whole year. So please give this a go. You can write this for any goal. It doesn't have to be health and fitness related. It could be self-development. It could be work related. It could be whatever. Whatever it is that you guys want to achieve within yourself. Think about that long term and how you can break that down into monthly and weekly or daily goals. And don't forget, it needs to be smart. You need to be able to re-measure it, reassess it, and think, have I actually achieved this? Versus just kind of going in weight loss and then losing weight and thinking, have I actually achieved that? Because I lost 5 kilos, but was that my goal? Was it 6 kilos? Was it 10 kilos? What is it? Have you achieved it? You have no idea whether you have answered that question. So I have started thinking about what things I want to actually do for 2020, and I am going to sit down in the next week or two and go through my own personal goals and try and break them up a little bit like this. So hopefully 2020 will see you and me achieving goals that were actually set versus setting them and then forgetting what they are by the end of the year and finding the list like I did and realizing you actually didn't do anything but felt productive. Like I felt really productive, but obviously I wasn't because I didn't get there. So if you really think this is helpful and you find that somebody else might really, really like this, please feel free to share this, pass on the information. Let me know what you think of this. If you actually set some goals or you want a little bit of help, please hit me up. I'll link my Instagram, Facebook, whatever, social medias in the description box as well. So I just really think that 2020, it's like beginning of a new century. Who cares anyway, but it's a good excuse to start really thinking about what you guys want and what you want to achieve. So I hope you liked it. Please give it a like or subscribe, share, blah, 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 the general sign up to my stuff so that you hear more. And hopefully we'll get some more content out in the new year and help you guys on your way to health and fitness. Peace.